Hello, listener, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Keeping Up Appearances podcast, full of opinion, debate, and football trivia with a hint of nostalgia. I'm Callum Murray, and here with me is
Sean O'Hara,
Bob Gall, and Michael Tosh.
They say not to judge a book by its cover, but we might judge a player by their appearance. Let's get into it.
We were lucky enough this week to be able to meet up for the first time in a very long time, actually. So we were able to get an in-person recording done. This means the audio might not be as good as always, but it's a really good episode. Enjoy.
It's Carney, what's he going to do? René! Tassagnon! René! Oh, yes!
We are doing a live episode this week, so you might have to bear with us. We are back with our usual squad, and we are looking forward to seeing how this one goes. I will hand over to Sean to start with Any Given Saturday, see if we can beat him again this week.
Right, so our game this week takes place... Ooh, you're looking there. Keep your eyes away.
Cheating. That's why you thought it was impossible for them to cheat.
I know. I'll keep it this way. Everyone, disclaimer, Tosh wants me to let you know that it was actually Any Given Sunday last week, and he was right. Gary Cale's overhead was on Easter Sunday, so we'll give him a bit more credit there, because we know he craves it so much. So our games this week took place on the 21st of February 2015. And our first game is Swansea 2, United 1. 3 goal scorers. Off you go.
Did one of the Swansea scorers have long hair?
Yes.
Was it Mitchell?
No.
Was it, did Sam Allardyce famously laugh at him for diving?
No.
Was it diving?
Did one of them play for Everton until he was acrimoniously asked to leave?
No.
Did one of the Swansea scorers... Well, in fact, has he been named on a Maroon 5?
Yes.
Was it a celebration?
Yep.
Is it Gomez?
It is, yeah. Bafétimbi Gomez got the winner, in fact. So we got a Swansea scorer and a United scorer.
Did the other Swansea scorer come through the youth academy at Crystal Palace?
No.
Was he a Swansea product?
No.
So it wasn't Wee Joe.
No. I thought you meant Wayne Routledge.
Yeah, that too was.
Oh, the first one was.
Moving on.
Did the other one have a... I can't remember who else he played for. Was it someone Dyer?
Nathan Dyer.
Yeah.
No.
Did he play? Did he go to Leicester then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on loan money when he won the league.
Did he get arrested for robbing a toilet seat?
Could be libelous.
No, really, don't think it's out. Sure, that's on his Wikipedia
Yeah, with
page.
Michael Owen. No, I don't know, Bob.
That isn't libelous. It's on his Wikipedia page. Honestly.
How do you know that?
Slander to be said anyways. It's libelous is rude, isn't it? So to be done for slander at the best.
Is the other Swansea player Spanish?
Nope.
Was he a striker?
No. Not that I remember.
English?
Nope.
British?
Nope.
European?
Nope.
Was he Colombian? Is it Montero?
You didn't even let me answer. No. No to both.
So he wasn't European though?
No.
Was he African?
No.
South America?
Nope.
Oh, is it Ki Sung Young?
It is, yeah.
Good shout, Bob.
Good
It's a
answer.
great shout.
Just one player, I like them.
Yeah.
The Man United player South American?
No.
Who's the manager of Man United then? Van Gaal? Was it
That's what you need to add to Any Given Saturday.
Was he- does he-
That's a good shout, that, yeah.
Does he regularly score against Everton?
No.
So it's not Paul Sharner.
Was he English?
No. The only reason I paused is because I wasn't really listening. Sorry.
Okay. I was thinking, well, I was trying to read into that there.
No. I zoned out. Sorry, Tosh.
Is he still playing now?
Not that I know of. He might be, but he's definitely not in the Premier League.
Okay.
Is it Juan Mata?
No. He is still playing.
Oh,
Is it Nani?
No.
Did he play for another Premier League club?
No.
was he a Van Gaal signing, if you can remember?
As if I know that. I haven't got a clue.
Would you remember him playing for Sir Alex Ferguson? Is what
Oh, no. Not that I know of.
Was he on loan there? Did he have play for Atletico and a few other big teams? I know because I was going to say Falcao, but he played for Chelsea, didn't he?
When did Ferguson leave? 2014?
13.
Oh, no. Yes, we didn't play under Alex Ferguson.
Striker,
Nope.
Did he play for Everton?
No.
midfielder.
Is he Belgian?
He's a midfielder, but he's not Belgian.
Oh, Bastian Schweinsteiger.
No. Good shout, though.
Very good shout.
He's European.
French?
No.
Should be able to tell us the country at this point.
I can if you want.
Would we get the answer straight away from that?
I reckon so.
Go on then. Tell us it.
Palclay.
Spanish.
Oh, Ander Herrera.
Correct.
That's a very good answer.
I also say he's not French and he's still on for Pogba.
So you might argue he's from the Basque region rather than being Spanish, though. So you've probably offended him there.
Yeah.
And a lot of
Would
other
have
people.
gone quicker if
Yeah.
we asked him.
Oh, yeah.
Is
We
he from an
obviously, yeah.
autonomous region
There's
of
5 people from there.
Arteta, Alonso. There's 2. For now,
Everybody's ever played for Atletico Bilbao. Athletic Club Bilbao, I should say.
Oh, you've offended them.
I have offended them. But I meant to.
Oh, not Forest.
Right, your next game then. I know I'm probably going to get shelled to that, but it was the best game I could find from this weekend. It's Aston Villa again. It's Aston Villa 1, Stoke 2. So we've had quite a few different teams this week, which was the plan, obviously, other than Villa. 3 scorers.
15.
And you can have a bonus point if you name the player that got sent off.
Did he mangle Aaron Ramsey's leg? To quote last week, mangle him.
No, he didn't.
He didn't score or then.
No.
Is the Villa player now a radio presenter?
No. Is that the go-to every week when it's Villa?
Did he score for Stoke that day though? That's what last week, wasn't it?
Yeah, no.
Was the Stoke a striker?
So, it's 2 for Stoke. One of them is a striker.
Was he an Everton fan?
No.
Not John Walters then, no.
Carl doesn't want his sweaty boots.
No.
I would take them, to be fair.
I've actually got a Stoke shirt with him on the back.
Why?
Got it off eBay.
Villa wants to.
I've also got a ticket somewhere.
Was the Villa goal scorer Belgian?
No.
Was he English?
Yes.
Was he Irish at that point, maybe?
No. So there's an English.
The only English scorer is Villa scorer.
Yeah.
Is one of the Stoke scorers Glenn Whelan?
I was about to say that. I was about to say, is he Irish?
No.
I was going to say
Is
that.
one of the Stoke scorers from the Caribbean?
He was the scorer of the week, wasn't he? Cameron Jones, do you think him?
No.
Was it Cameron Jones?
It's
Ricardo
Fuller.
Fuller. Too late for
It's
Ricardo
neither.
Fuller.
Yeah.
Ricardo would be too late for Ricardo Fuller. Did we say the stroke one was a striker?
Stroke. Yeah.
Sounds like a rash.
Sorry. One of the Stoke players was a striker. The other one isn't.
Centre half. The other.
No.
Was the Stoke one a former United product, like young United player?
No.
Juve, no.
Maybe.
Did he play for United?
Yeah.
Well, is him then, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, so that was it, Manny Juve or whatever. Yeah, so he's one. Well played, Tosh.
So he's the striker. Did the other one have a gambling problem?
I don't know.
Did he play for West Ham and Tottenham?
Oh, Everton?
Yeah.
No.
Sorry, Matthew, if you're listening.
Is one of them had a bit of a resurgence in his career, has gone to a few clubs in Italy. I think he's now at Inter Milan. Is it Marco Arnautovic?
No.
Yeah.
That was a good shot, though.
So he United at one point, wasn't he? He probably was a striker though, wasn't he? So this one isn't a striker.
Played on the wing for Stoke, didn't he?
No, he's not a striker.
Midfielder.
Middle of midfield or winger?
So,
Have we just mentioned him before? Is it Joe?
no.
Joe Allen should be an answer.
So I'll let you know.
Don't forget.
The Stoke player is a wide player. say that.
Oh, was it Charlie Adam?
No, that wasn't on those ass.
No.
Or the gap between his teeth.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, sorry. No, it's not Charlie Adam.
So winger.
Yeah, wide. I'll say wide player.
Did he play for a few other clubs in the Prem?
Yeah.
Did he play for Everton?
No.
Oh, is it Jermaine Pennant?
No.
That was a good guess as well. To be established his nationality is English.
He's not English.
Is he Welsh?
Again, no. He didn't play for England, that's what I'll tell you. I'm not sure on the logistics of his
Did
birth.
he play for another international country? Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it on the British Isles?
No.
I can't think of anyone.
Did you say he's still playing? Sorry.
I think he might be. Okay, he's still playing.
Xherdan Shaqiri.
No. Again, good shout though. Let me
Did
see.
he play for Barcelona?
No.
Or Afellay. He played for Stoke.
Sorry, I'm just seeing if
There was a mad stat, wasn't there, where like Stoke had a player that had played in like the Champions League
Champions League
semi-final or semi-final for like years in a row. So 1 year, like the last 15 or something, because like Bojan, Afellay, Shaqiri, that like someone who'd represented Stoke was in the Champions League semi-final for like that Chupo Moting as well. Like it was a Chupo Moting.
no. Right, so they're both still playing. The Villa player and the
Maybe
Stoke player.
thought about the Villa one. I think my team was a bit of a clue, yeah. So the Stoke one, we've asked a lot of questions about him, but not really.
Okay, the Stoke one played for Liverpool,
Peter Crouch. Oh,
the
no.
famous winger.
Has he been an answer, a goal scorer before on any given Saturday?
No.
Not Glenn Johnson then,
No.
I suppose. Stoke played for Liverpool.
Did you play for Liverpool before or after Stoke? You'd assume before.
No, I think it was after.
It's not Shaquem.
Wait there, it might be before. Let me check. My timelines
Did
are...
Victor Moses play for Stoke?
He did, yeah.
Certainly did, yeah.
Was
That's
it?
one.
Is it Victor Moses?
Shout.
Yeah, it's Victor Moses. Yeah.
That's a good shout.
So
That would have been after he played.
It was the loan after. So he Liverpool on loan, then Stoke on loan.
Because he went, didn't he? He was on Liverpool the year they lost the league under Rodgers. He was playing for Liverpool. He played in that Palace game, the 3-3. Moses.
Great game.
So yeah, just a Villa player now.
When we asked any questions, give us the position quickly. Come on.
Okay, winger. Bit of a wonder kid at the time. Didn't live up to it.
Oh, is it what? It's the beginning of the day. Same beginning of the day.
No.
Hey.
We're giving letters now.
Yeah,
So
no,
who are you
it's
thinking of?
that
Delph?
Delfonso or something, isn't he?
Oh, not him though.
Oh, I'm Nathan. Someone,
Nathan
yeah,
Delfonso.
yeah. See a wonder kid.
Don't know if he's not, but he kind of
If you
broke
got
through.
14 loans, well, to Blackpool, you know.
No, I think he
He's
said
still
at
playing.
he said
He was
at the
golden.
time. He said at the time.
So he's still playing now?
Yeah.
Is he playing at a reasonably high level now?
Football League.
Was it like?
Oh, did he win a league with Leicester?
No.
Oh, Brian.
Did he stop being a wonder kid as soon as he left? Villa? Like, was that over?
That game.
Yeah, that game. That was it. He burst on the scene. And
No,
then
I'd say
gone.
he'd already failed to live up to his potential by the time he got it to Villa.
Oh,
so he didn't start.
Yeah.
No, I would never call him a wonder kid either. But no, he
Charles Insomnia.
he started.
One kebab.
He started. He's played for a lot of clubs. Started at a fairly big club and then failed to live up to it.
Can you tell us the big club? Was that too obvious?
It's not now because it's taken forever. It was Chelsea.
Oh, Scott Sinclair.
Correct.
Because you're good, Bob.
I think Bob. Oh no, Bob hasn't got the ball, has he? But yeah, good shout. Scott Sinclair. Yeah.
Scotty Sinclair.
Great Celtic.
I'll give you one shout each for a centre half who got sent off for Villa. Go.
Ron Vlaar.
Correct.
That's what I was going to say as well. So another successful week for us in any given Saturday. Sean thought he had us, but we managed to just get there. I think Tosh probably give us a few extra points with his Ron Vlaar shout. So well done, Tim, for that. But yeah, from...
I'm Bob for getting all the answers.
Yeah, and Bob for doing extremely well. But from one Aston Villa game to another, did anyone see Aston Villa Man United yesterday?
Yeah, I watched, really enjoyed it. Thought it was a great game. I thought Villa were actually fantastic. I was so impressed with them again. I thought how they've not ended up on the winning side. They really just ended up the winning side, I should say. Yeah, they were just chance after chance. Again, I actually did predict Man United to win those, so I was the only one to get this. I didn't get the score right though. I had 3-1, close enough. But yeah, just thought Villa, the way they played, just United just 2 goals sort of break, 2 decent goals, especially the second one. But yeah, Villa first half did rue them missed chances really.
Yeah, I thought they were unlucky, Villa. Again, probably, to be fair, probably could have went either way. But Villa were unlucky to, on another day they win that game. But to be fair to United, I thought they looked quite good as well. That front three, the counter-attack they've got, I think seems to be working at the moment, doesn't it, with Garnacho.
Rashford looked better,
Rashford, Garnacho and that Højlund.
Just needed a nice house on the Isle, didn't he?
Yeah.
That's what it was in the release.
Go to Ireland, that's what happens.
So, and that Højlund seems to be finding the goal now, doesn't he? So
just looks a lot better, more of a presence now, doesn't he? He even looks like just like that's bigger and stronger. You know, he looks like he can leave the line better.
Yeah,
I thought we mentioned Watkins last week, but I think I didn't mention that. So I think he misses too many chances for my liking. I think them big moments. He had one early on. Yeah, the ball got played through, a brilliant through ball. He's taken too long.
Yeah, he just didn't hit it, did he? He waited for it to come to him rather than hitting it.
And I know he offers a lot to the team, and he's great in terms of like the work he puts in, the pressure he puts in. And he does get a lot of chances, which is positive. But I think in them key moments, that's the sort of game there. You know, United get one chance at the end. United win that game.
Yeah.
You know, Villa, how many positions have they put themselves? I thought, you know, the midfield yesterday, the first half, Douglas Luiz and McGinn and Kamara, and I think Ramsey was in there as well. All were brilliant, just like dovetailing around each other. So yeah, I just feel like they just needed one of them early ones to go, and that could easily have been 3-4-1 that to Villa, and that wouldn't have been a disservice to them.
Yeah. McTominay becoming
clutch.
What?
Clutch, that's what they call it, isn't it?
Like sauce.
Linking to the Super Bowl.
Please don't tell me the score.
What?
I haven't watched it, don't mention it.
Yeah, that's the Rob Flag.
I was saying, is he becoming a very important super
sub, really. Scores big goals, doesn't he?
I think he scored the most off the bench in the league this year. I think
it was a great header.
Was a great header.
Great header. Great ball. And just shout out to Mainu as well. We sort of earmarked him earlier on in the season. Best player on the pitch when he played Everton.
I think we were the first to say it, weren't we?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think I was the first to say it.
You were the first person to call before.
We've just got to get a nickname for him now.
He's working on a main man.
He's a main man. Yeah.
He's impressive. Him. He's so good.
Yeah, that goal he scored against Wolves the other week, the last minute one, just a joke. The way he does that, he's a top player.
Really good.
For United, I love Bruno Fernandes. Obviously, I hate him in lots of ways, but but just as a player, I don't think he was brilliant yesterday. But I think, I just don't think he offers so much and creates so many chances. So he's brilliant. But I think on another day, as I say, I think Villa much the better side. There, if you watch them football, it sounds stupid, but without the goals, you couldn't come away thinking that Villa were 3 or 4 times the team Man United are. And there's a quality to United, I think. We said about Man United and Liverpool, they're the only 2 teams who sort of win games like that. You know, like they're under the cosh, the manager's under pressure, and you know they go to a team who are banging form, don't lose their own, play rubbish. United didn't play well, I didn't think, and they just win it last minute. And I just say McTominay's got that. I think you never know, because I think if you watched Man United every week, you wouldn't. With McTominay, we probably see the highlights and see him score and go to goal. You think, why is he not playing? You know, like. But I think he probably doesn't offer as much. You know, like I think he is like trying to get on the end of things and like shooting from all angles where maybe he doesn't offer as much. But say you can't argue with his goals. His goals for Scotland as well. They basically took them to the Euros.
Have you seen that Sean Millis has been having a trial with them, that Five Guys team? Have you seen that?
I see. No, the first thing was him getting necked, wasn't it?
I love Five Guys.
He did a menacing video in a car when he was like, "I'm just going to my first trial," and then the video came out.
Højlund fella bobblers.
Sorry, I know his real name now. I'm not going to call him the Højlund guy. I think he does put some respect on his name. And he's got a trial for Five Guys. You're like a YouTube.
Yeah, shout out Five Guys.
And
will they send us any free stuff burgers and that?
I think the video comes out today, which is pointless for listeners, but today. So you get to watch his trial, which should be a laugh.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Honestly, you haven't seen it. Have you seen the video?
I sort of went past her and scrolled, so I didn't see it much. It probably, but I seen him getting megged first.
He looks like he's never taken a shot before, but he makes a few little decent touches.
Yeah,
I thought he looked all right, to be fair.
How old is he? Not Hoyland. He looks like so.
It's hard to gauge, isn't it? You have to be careful, yeah. But it's hard to gauge how old he is, yeah. I don't know.
Been ravaged by old Father Time, and he looks like he's yeah.
He's got an illness.
Has he? Yeah. I didn't realise that. Cut that off, please. I don't know what that is.
I thought you were going to say after ravaged.
Sure, I don't want that. No.
So yeah, everyone, that was Villa United.
Don't put that in. I don't like it.
Say it was kind.
Can you say it?
I don't want that in.
Let's have a vote. If you have Coleman, you should stay there.
Okay.
I'll let you have Coleman regardless, Bob.
So yeah, anyway, everyone, keep an eye out. We're on the Sean Miller's train. So yeah, fingers crossed his football career blossoms into something.
Maybe have him as a guest one day.
Maybe, that's the dream.
Could sing our intro.
Yeah.
I think we'll move swiftly on from that and we'll head over to Marooned 5. Tosh is ready with his notepad. Tosh, do you want to introduce Marooned 5 for this week?
I do. First ever Marooned 5 done in person, so see how this goes. The debates that they could be fierce. So firstly, linking back to last week's, the winner of our snide Marooned 5 and being marooned to the island was Diego Simeone. Quite a narrow one, 38% of the votes, Suarez, and who was the other one? Scott Brown. He got 29%, so the South Americans leading the way, as we did say.
Yeah.
So
inevitable.
Simeone joining Yaya Toure, Sanchez, Andy Anser, and
Jason Kumar.
Jason Kumar. Say his name every week. I should know by now, really, shouldn't I?
One of my favourites.
On the island. So this week...
If his name was Jaden Kumar, he'd a bit of that.
They've been right up my street.
Got a whole chapter on it.
Jaden Kumar's on the island, Calvin, we don't.
I'll give up myself up.
This week, our topic is going to be very loosely linked to Valentine's Day. So we're going to do people who only represented one club throughout their careers. So one club men. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. So the best players or our favourite players who've just played for one club. Anyone want to jump in first?
My nominee this week is a man who everyone... Sorry, we'll wait till Tosh finishes his Pringles.
Sorry.
A man who I think is universally liked by not only his club supporters, but also I just think football fans in general. The man I'm going for is Ledley King. So I don't want to step on Tosh's toes because I know he's brought a book. He's trying to one-up me, but I don't read many football books, but one of them I have read is Ledley King's autobiography.
Well, Callum.
No, I only read good ones.
Yeah, what about mine?
So yeah, and again, I've read this book just because he seems like a really likeable man, but also I've always been a little bit fascinated by his career.
Still talking about me?
And kind of, I don't know where it all went wrong for Ledley King.
Is it easy?
Well, yeah, it is that, Tosh. So starting from, I'm not going to give him a big autobiography, but he famously came through Semrab FC, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
In is that your end?
East London.
Oh, East London, sorry. Which is like home to many top level footballers.
Defoe.
Jermaine Defoe. Leon Knight, he play as well. John Terry.
Leon Knight.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that?
He used to play for Brighton.
Played for Brighton, Swansea.
Swansea
legend.
He was my. I used to play Brighton on FIFA 2004, and he was an absolute bagsman.
Yeah.
But also, J. Lloyd Samuel famously played for Semrab as well. Maybe he'll come on one day.
Defoe and Knight were actually a striking partnership.
Who?
Defoe and Knight were actually a striking partnership.
Yeah. ballers. So we started there anyway, and he was kind of hotly tipped to be like big player almost. When he started at Tottenham, he started in centre mid, which I think shows how good he was on the ball and just how talented he was. So much so that is he currently the second fastest Premier League goal ever?
I was about to say first or second.
I think Shane Long's now first, isn't it? But Ledley King playing at centre mid ended up scoring the second fastest goal in Premier League history. And then he, as I say, playing in that kind of whole midfielder role, he kind of proved he could do everything. He was quick, he could read the game well, he could tackle, he could just kind of do absolutely everything you want, so much so again that he ended up moving back into centre half for most of his career. And I'm going to link in here saying on the fact he can do everything. With a Thierry Henry quote, I'll paraphrase, I won't say it exactly, but Thierry Henry made a quote about the only defender who could cleanly win the ball off him without pulling shirt and being a nasty, was Ledley King. He was so clean, he was just so good at everything. He could outpace Henry, and for Thierry Henry to respect him like that again, he's always going to be high in my books. So even when you look at a big thing that blighted Ledley King, not his injuries, the fact that he was playing at a time when there was also top level centre halves like Rio Ferdinand, John Terry, which people always say, we've got this debate that always goes on, should Ledley King have played more for England? And you go, probably not. I think his injuries make people think he probably should have, but you're looking at John Terry, Sol Campbell, Rio Ferdinand, he's probably not better than them, but there were times in England he played ahead of them, didn't he?
Was it Euro 2004 when Ferdinand was suspended and he sort of rushed King back?
It was the France game, wasn't it?
And he got injured, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think because he was that good, they wanted to rush him back ahead of a lot of them other defenders.
Yeah, and I think the thing is, even if you think of a player who's his injury prone as Ledley King, he's never getting taken to a tournament ever. Yeah. But Ledley King always was. He was taken to 2004 and 2010, I think, the World Cup. Yeah, he's played in the USA game. I found out, got injured in that game, and it was the last ever England game. So I'll move on to why I think he deserves to go to the island as a one club man, is because I think we'll never really know if he would have gone to another team or if he should have gone to another team, because he was kind of taken down by injuries in his peak. His knees obviously went to the point where he was never training. He was playing, having a week off, playing again, playing through the pain. And you think, we never know if he would have gone to another team, say if he'd never got injured and he was playing 28, 29 and he was obviously coming into his peak, he could have been snapped up by any club in the world. But we'll never know that. But the fact that he seems to love Tottenham, he still works there now as an ambassador. He was Mourinho's number 2.
Was he?
And he's just adored by Tottenham fans. I just think he really is a true club legend. I don't know the full extent of it, not being a Spurs fan, but they seem to adore him. And I think it's so sad that he retired at 31 just before that kind of magic Pochettino era, and it would have been nice for him to come into his peak at that time and play with those players and kind of get to the Champions League and that kind of thing. But as a one club man, I think it's fitting, and I'll leave it on this, that the last Tottenham captain to lift a trophy was Ledley King, and I think as it doesn't look like changing, well, it might do now soon actually, but I think that's only fitting for a club legend like Ledley King. So yeah, that's my argument for getting him on the island.
You sounded like you were about to cry.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I didn't know where to look, it was weird.
That's fair enough.
I think it's a good shout. I think he's, as you say, Sean, I remember when I went to uni, I was good friends with a Tottenham fan, and it was that time where when Bale had one of his seasons where they were in contention for the title. I think it must have been 11-12, and up until January, February, they were right in the title race. And again, it coincided with him being fit. They thought he wasn't training, but they were just getting him fit on the Saturday. And the run that they had, must have won about 10-11 on the bounce around about Christmas time. And again, it was just because of him. And then he seemed to got injured again. That just seemed to coincide with the demise. I think he was a brilliant player. The other thing I always say is about someone like him is that there used to be a programme on a Friday night with Paul Merson, Max Rushton, the Fancy Football Club. Yeah. And at the end, you used to have to pick the best 11 they've ever played with. And you could honestly say if anyone had played for anyone like Tottenham or that, Ledley King was in it. You know, even if he played for loads of clubs, they just say like how brilliant he was. A bit like how I think Paul McGrath's a bit like that in like the Villa for Villa and United in Ireland in the late 80s, early 90s. But Ledley King, anyone who played with him just said how unbelievable. And there's that famous top Henri quote that you mentioned, is that he always talks about. And to do that about the Tottenham player probably puts it even further. You don't get too many Arsenal players going off the way to say that.
True.
But yeah, no, I think that's a great shout. Anyone
Straight on the island then.
Well, we'll let the public decide that.
Yeah, based on this week, maybe. The only one you've heard of, everyone.
Yeah. Right then. Me, I'll go next then. I'll mix it up slightly. So this week, I'll be honest, nothing came to my mind immediately. There was a couple of names, one of which I think we're going to put as the obvious one. I'll mention him now, Paolo Maldini. He was someone who came to my mind, and I think Callum's. And I thought about Baresi came to my mind as well under the same token. But I thought they were a bit too similar. So I'm going to go slightly different and slightly older. And I'm going to go for Billy McNeil. So just to keep it short and sweet. Dwight's dad apparently. But Billy McNeil, Lisbon Lion, captain of the first British team to ever win the European Cups, the first ever British person to lift the European Cup in 1967. As I say, that team's synonymous and it'll go down in history. They're immortal in like Celtic, as Sean says about Tottenham never winning a trophy, I think we can pretty much certainly say that Celtic will never win another European Cup. So that team that won it are just immortal, as I said. I think the other stat that's good about them is that they were all born within 30 miles of the stadium, all but one were actually born within 10 miles. They won 9 league championships on the spin. As I say, first ever European Cup winners. No other team had been to the final from Britain at that point. And I just think, that achievement and that doing that. And probably the thing that might bring him down is he's not doing it in maybe the biggest competition. But I think back then, there probably wasn't as big a gap between Scotland and England. You know, Rangers had also been to European Cup semi-finals. Rangers would lose. Celtic would lose another final, I think, a couple of years later. I think Rangers lost the semi around that time. So it was a strong league, and I think, just a nod to the Lisbon Lions really for an unbelievable achievement. I'm going to link it to a book I'm reading, as I like to do. I'm bringing back the book club to Tosh's book club to Pearson. So Connecting the Continent, talking about the first 10 or 12 years of the European. I thought John wanted to look then. He just wanted to tell me to get out the way of the mic. The first 10 or 12 years of the European Cup. And again, around that time, there's quite a few other names of people like legends. There was one I was looking at, Inter Milan, Mazzola, who was also another one club legend who won 2 European Cups. But yeah, I like Celtic. I know Bob does as well. So we haven't had much Celtic mentioned. So I'm going to go with maybe one of the biggest. Scott Brown last week, 2 weeks in a row, actually, yeah. He's up there with Scott Brown, maybe. Probably not as much of a snide. He also went on to manage Celtic. He wasn't a one club manager, though. I think he managed Man City. But yeah, an unbelievable achievement as player. And I suppose you could have picked, there's probably a couple of other players in that team who were also one club men. But I'm going to go for the captain, just for their unbelievable achievement he did. That's my case. Anyone, any thoughts?
I mean, I'm going to struggle based on the fact I've never heard of him. But that might be me. That might be a downside on my part. Because
I'd agree.
I think if he's the football legend he is, then I probably should have. But I can't argue with your argument, to be fair, Tosh.
I think it just will go down, obviously someone like, I'm very interested in football history, that sort of achievement, the European Cup, the British were sort of anti it at the start and came late and hadn't really made an impact, and for Celtic to do that as someone from England at that point, the world champions, for Celtic to then someone from Scotland with an all Scottish team, with an all Glasgow team pretty much, to win the European Cup, just a remark. And again, that sort of achievement in itself will probably never be done.
Do you know, Tosh, was there ever any interest in him? Because I think about Ledley King, and I think no club other than Tottenham was ever going to let Ledley King not train it and then play.
Yeah.
So that again, that's maybe why he stayed. It could be one argument, but was there ever any interest in him?
It's a good question. I actually don't know. I'm not going to pretend I do know that. But what I would guess, and maybe I should guess, that was probably the pinnacle, wasn't it? Playing for Celtic. At that time, it probably didn't get much better. There was probably no team in England who could compete. There was obviously Man United and Liverpool, but Liverpool weren't what they were then. United did win the European Cup the year later, but were relegated 3, 4, 5 years later than that. There was, at least at Celtic, he was probably guaranteed to go at the European Cup every year, whereas he wasn't in England. They had lots of different winners. Everton were in it a couple of years before they were in as well. In fact, Everton, I think Everton were in it that year. Oh no, they weren't. That's nonsense. Liverpool were, but yeah, as I say, I think it's achievements. I'm picking him more for the achievement rather than as a player, because I was going to pick Baresi, but I haven't seen Baresi live either. I've seen more clips, so I just thought to go a bit more of a link that I like, really. Right then, Callum, do you want to move on to yourself?
Yes, I will go with someone slightly closer to home, but not too close. I'm going to go with Gary Neville from Manchester United. Someone who came through the youth ranks there. I think he was one of Fergie's fledglings. They called it his first youth group to make it to that first team, and obviously that historic class of '92, winning that Champions League. I think he made over 400 appearances for them. He was the first choice right back pretty much since he broke into the team, and to stay at a club the size of Man United and be the first choice right back for so long, I think is it can't be underestimated how big of an achievement that is. I think for all the money and power Man United would have had to sign anyone they wanted, but they wanted to keep Gary Neville, and Gary Neville remained the first choice. There, I think is a massive achievement. And I seen Ferdinand talking about him recently, saying it was on the Filthy Fellas podcast, and they were all kind of having a go at Gary Neville, sort of thing, maybe he wasn't that good, and Ferdinand was saying how good he was, and I think he is underrated, Neville, just because he's not a glamorous player, but Ferdinand was saying that he knew all the time that Gary Neville would have been there covering the back post and how good he was. As a defender, he just always knew where to be. Obviously, he had that great relationship with Beckham as well down the right, and yeah, I think he's one of those players that goes under the radar a bit because we just probably don't think he was that good, but obviously he was part of that England golden generation, but probably just doesn't get the name there when people speak about the likes of Lampard, Gerrard and Scholes and all those kind of players. But Neville was definitely a big part of that team, and obviously a massive part of Manchester United for I think about 20 years in the first team. So yeah, I'm going to go with Gary Neville just for the sheer fact of the size of the club and what he managed to achieve for Man United. I think he's right up there. I think some of his honours, Premier League, I think 8 times or 9 times, FA Cup 4 times, 3 times, Football League Cup 3 times, Community Shield 3 times, Champions League twice, Club World Cup.
I don't think he played at all in the season. And
he played in the quarters. Came on in the quarters, yeah.
Came on in the quarters.
Yeah.
No, he didn't. I thought he hadn't played at all.
No, he came back to fitness and he came on in the quarters as a sub and got given the captain's armband. Yeah, massive achievement, massively underrated as a player, I think. And yeah, I think to stay as the first choice right back for so long in such a big club, such a successful club, is no mean feat. Whilst other players around him are being replaced all the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think that's the main point, isn't it? As I say, you play for United. That's one of the most successful sort of eras or dynasties, if you like, and to be in that, and that United team probably had 2 or 3 rebuilds in the time he's there, but that he was in that thing. And I even remember, I think it was just up to the 2010 World Cup, he had a real resurgence. Remember when they won away at Man City where Scholes scores that header last minute,
kisses him.
But Gary Neville, there was talk about Gary Neville coming back for England because he was in that good run of form. And you think because he'd had that injury when they won the European Cup, he was out for a year or so. I sometimes wonder, he sort of when you listen to him and or when you watch his podcast or after thing, he sort of puts himself down.
Yeah,
he when you talk. Yeah, he is, but in a way that people probably do. And there's obviously the famous, I think Liverpool fans say he wasn't even as good as Rob Jones. Rob Jones should have played for England, but people will say things like that. But I think the other thing I suppose is that nowadays a fullback does a lot of different things, isn't it? He will often say for someone like Trent Alexander-Arnold, he couldn't lace his boots type thing, and the things he could do going forward, but he probably offered a lot more defensive wise.
It's just relative, isn't it? Because Alexander-Arnold have done what Neville was doing in that game 20 years ago, and that's what they needed to do. So,
but I suppose that's where people might sort of say about him being not as great as that because of that reason. Is it where you could make a compilation of Trent's stuff just from this year, and there'd be but Gary Neville wouldn't have that. But I'm with you. I agree. He was good for. He's a good crosser, Neville as well. He often pulled in good crosses. I thought. But yeah, just the worst brother. We seen the best brother, didn't we, Bob?
I'm a big fan of Philip as well, to be fair.
No comment. No comment.
Great cricketer as well, Gary Neville.
But the best thing about Gary Neville is the mini retirement.
Yeah, I think that's probably what give him the longevity to stay in. Just those mini retirements, I think.
And then I really like them podcasts. He does them stick to football. So really good. I really like them.
Yeah, it's quite. You've just seen quite a likeable fellow, doesn't he?
So,
nice to see a good football podcast. You don't see them many about these days. So.
The only, I think the main, not criticism, but argument against you, Callum, there is that you probably could have picked quite a few, or at least two other players from that United era.
That's a good point.
I suppose the two of them you'd think about. One of them's a very unsavoury character, and the other one sucks his daughter's toes.
It's why I didn't go for them too.
Fair enough, Gary Neville.
But yeah, I also think there's an argument for, obviously ability was there, but I think what he was lacking the changes and like on the training ground and
Alright, sure.
No, we hear all the time, don't we, that like whoever's Man United captain or England captain,
characters.
Gary Neville was the captain. Like Beckham was England captain purely for like publicity. Gary Neville was the captain.
I think he was like made for Man United.
But I mean, like
whatever
whatever he's like behind the scenes on the training ground, even if his ability wasn't always there, even you saw at the end of his career, they kept him on because he was too good to lose, wasn't he?
If you know what I mean? Saying this week about he picked the song that This Is the One by the Stone Roses. You've seen all that. He changed all the song and he made a big United tweet out like a 5-minute video about it. Then, but like United made like a new Stone Roses range. Like the
I saw that. Yeah.
Neville's been wearing it, but they were talking about he changed that song and they come out this one by Stone Roses. It was just a good little video, 4 or 5 minutes. That was good.
I can't imagine Neville suits that jacket. He must look a bit stupid.
He does dress and that sort of thing.
Yeah, he does. Looking fella ever.
He started wearing like Stone Island and stuff like that, hasn't he? You see him like.
I don't know what the others are. I don't know if Ledley King is a Tottenham fan. Possibly like East London, maybe not. But Neville to be a United fan and do that at the club he supports is like is massive. I think, isn't it?
Billy McNeil as well.
He might have been. That's what I mean. He probably was a Celtic fan,
but a Rangers fan would he? We live close to the ground. Yeah.
So G Nev.
Didn't live close enough to the ground for my liking. In fact, would he have been? Yeah, he should have been a Berry fan, really, shouldn't he?
Traitor.
Yeah.
Take it up with G Nev on the pole.
I might well do. Yeah, no, good shout there, Callum. We'll pass on to our fourth. So we just had a right back who played for one club. I think we're going to tick one of them 2 boxes now. Bob, who's your one club man?
We've been slagged off for the past couple of days. We are talking about this topic because it is Valentine's Day in 2 days. So I was going to completely ignore the actual definition of what we were doing today. One club men, as it's Valentine's Day, go for a man who I believe loves his club more than any other footballer ever has.
So you're just doing a different topic then?
Yeah, I'm doing a different topic. I'm doing a different topic, but then I'm going to briefly talk about someone who's actually on topic. So the person I want to talk about is a man who famously played for 3 clubs, and that's Seamus Coleman, who came through the youth ranks at Sligo Rovers, signed for Everton for a measly 60 grand in 2009, I believe, and had a loan spell at Blackpool. He's gone on to make 350 appearances for Everton, I think. I'll have to double check that. And recently he's done interviews where he's mentioned that he's only really got 2 things in his life. His family first and then Everton. And I think for a man to say that, having not been born in Liverpool and not grown up an Everton fan, I think that is a testament to how much he just genuinely loves Everton. So there was a lot of back and forth over whether it could nominate Seamus for the island. And I think I've lost that argument, but I didn't want to waste the opportunity to eulogise on Seamus Coleman because he is one of the main footballing loves of my life. So
I think you can have.
But if I can't have him, I'm going to. Yeah, if I can't nominate Seamus to go on the island for this topic, I'll go for one of the well, not quite the man he inherited his role from. I'm going to go for a couple of right backs prior to Seamus Coleman and say Tony Hibbert for cult hero reasons.
You did Brian on both.
I know, but then when he was talking about Gary Neville,
trying to get Camp back in, right?
yeah, exactly, yeah.
You used to do 5 right backs from room 5, so no one noticed you broke the rule.
Yeah, so I'm technically not breaking the rule because my actual nomination is going to be Tony Hibbert. I can't remember how many appearances he made for Everton. Never scored a competitive goal, but did have that one terrible screamer against AEK Athens. So my nomination is going to be begrudgingly Tony Hibbert.
What a case. What a case that one, Bob.
When we cut Coleman out, that's all you're going to have. I sort of, if we changed the rules, we could have had Coleman, I suppose, couldn't we? In terms of, we'd said, like, synonymous for one club.
Yeah.
He's pretty much a one-club player, isn't he?
Yeah.
But he isn't.
Oh, yeah, no, that's why Bob's
There's
been
only
good
one.
enough to change.
There's only one club for him.
Pretty much a one club man who's played for 3 clubs, but
Yeah.
Oh well.
You've had Riyad Mahrez, and he was famously French.
Plays for Algeria. It was an AFCON theme, not African ball.
This was a love theme, and I love Seamus Coleman.
Just to confirm, Bob, who are you going for?
Tony Hibbert.
Tony.
I just wanted to, because I've never really spoken at length about Seamus Coleman, but I have Baines, so I just thought I'd even it up.
Should have had Baines. How many clubs did he play for?
He played for Leicester.
Yeah, so good line.
Maybe
It's going to change.
No, I'll stick with...
But Baines is the obvious one.
Yeah.
He played for double the amount of clubs we're allowed. Yeah, no, Coleman's great, isn't he?
Yeah.
I just think, I like Bob's thinking there. He wants to get him in. He wants to show him in. That's the sort of respect we have for him.
In conclusion, I'm going for Tony.
But I think you've wasted that, Bob, because that speech you've just done, you could have done on a week where Coleman was actually relevant.
Well, I'll do it again.
Alright, fine.
I'll rehearse it properly and probably end up crying.
Yeah. I mentioned the fact that, as I said, someone's tweet about him looking like he plays with some Maltesers in his mouth. Always one of the classics for me, so that's what swings it for me. No, Hibbert was a great servant, wasn't he? Yeah. Again, we talk about a modern day fullback. I'm not sure he'd have survived very much. Is he a Hightonian as well?
Tony Hibbert?
Yeah,
from Bluebell.
Yeah.
How does that mean?
He's from the Bluebell estate.
Oh.
Same as Gerrard. And Peter Reid.
Oh,
And David Nugent.
And David Nugent, yeah.
All the classics. And Joey Barton.
He's from the Johns.
Why did he use the status?
If you want to read more about the Bluebell estate, read about it in a classic book, Something About the Water by Callum Murray.
In the water.
One of this week's...
Right, it's yours, Something in the Water. I don't read that one. I've read Something About the Water, that was alright.
And Callum was featured in this month's When the Water Comes.
When the whistle blows. Whistle. It's the bit about the roly-poly toad, not you, Callum. Yeah, so we had our 4 members. We are going to quick nod to Paolo Maldini. I mentioned him before. He's going to be the 5th. Any quick comments on Paolo?
Suave fella.
Yeah. Yeah, again, it's just his longevity. Like, he was playing when they won the European Cups. Now,
Yeah, his longevity
taking his team.
Proper family dynasty.
Did he play with his dad and his son? No.
I don't think he played with that either. Oh, no, maybe his son.
That was the question. I didn't know I was asking.
I'm sure he appeared with his dad.
Did he say
I don't
that?
think
I think
His dad also managed him at the 98 World Cup as well. There's a fact for you. But yeah, no, he played 1 European Cups and was still playing. He obviously played in 2007 when they beat Liverpool.
Yeah.
And that fixed game in 2005 in which he scored.
Yeah.
The half-time score should be really what it's remembered as.
Yeah, correct.
Because there's a bit of a fix, really. We just don't mention about it. But yeah, Paolo with a nod to Coleman and Franco Baresi.
Yeah.
And Baines.
And Baines. We've got lots of one-club men, so Baines. Baines. So yeah, we'll quickly recap. I haven't written them down, so I'll have to try and remember them. So, our one-club men, we had Ledley King, we had Gary Neville, we had Billy McNeil, we had Tony Hibbert, and we've got Paolo Maldini as the obvious one. So make sure you get over to X, try and get some more votes in, struggling the last few weeks. Get them in to decide who gets sent to the island to join.
Jaden Kumas,
Jason Kumas, any other Kumases who want to be there.
Right, did some place for Liverpool?
Well,
he's on the bench for the
yeah. Is he on the island or?
No. Because Dad can get back and watch him.
Yeah.
Please.
Right then.
Right, let's move on then with our keeping up appearances prep. So we need to pick our game first. Our fixtures are in this week, and we've got 2 big Premier League games and a fairly big Championship game too. So we've got Man City against Chelsea, we've got Everton versus Palace, and we've got Leicester against Middlesbrough. Let's spin the wheel. And luckily for us, well, maybe not me, it's Everton against Crystal Palace. What are we thinking then about that game?
Obviously, it's actually a big game for both teams. Really, it's a massive one for them. Sort of both teams down at the bottom. It's a game that Everton should be looking to win, obviously being at home. And I do actually fancy our chances to win. So, supposedly Decore is meant to be back, which I think will be a good plus to have him back in the... Well, if you let me finish, Bob, I think the system needs him. I don't think we've missed him that much as a... Yeah, the system's missed him, but obviously I'm not a big fan. Obviously, we've played Palace 3 times already this season. If we drew...
Twice.
Well, we drew...
Oh, yeah, played
3 times.
Beat them once. Beat them twice. Drew once.
Beat them twice, drew once. So, yeah, I think...
They've got a very good record against Palace.
Yeah, they're in... Yeah,
Jinxed it now.
they're not in good form, are they? They're sort of spiraling out of control a bit, and we're not playing too bad. So yeah, I think it'll be one of them where you just need an early goal. We don't get early goals enough.
Yeah.
Get an early goal and sort of control the game a bit, and don't give them a chance to kind of get anything early.
They've got their best players out still, do you think?
At least they'll be out.
At least they'll be out, won't he? So
they're playing tonight as of recording. We're recording on Monday night.
Yeah,
they play Chelsea. At home. Be interesting if they were to get a big beat in that. Roy Hodgson might not be managing next
yeah,
week,
so that might change things, mightn't it? A bit of manager bounce, but I trust us to get 3 points. My game at Goodison, we'll take it.
Yeah, I think.
On the light.
Yeah, might not be many more of them.
Nope.
No, I think, as I said, I think we've got quite a good record against Palace. I think we tend to beat them at home and we tend to draw away. We've already beaten them, so if you're a bet man, having beaten them twice already this season, you must be thinking Palace are due something really. So well, that's maybe a negative, but I think, as Callum said, early goals. We had a spell. I think when we've been good under Dyche, I think we have got early goals. I think we've got the most early over a certain period of time. We had a goal. It was we beat someone at home. We went ahead early. We were away at Brentford. We were up early. I think we've also got a really bad record when we go down. Mm-hmm. We've got one of the worst records in the league from when we go 1-0 down. I think the only time we've recovered the point might have been Tottenham the other week.
Yes.
We've got 1 point.
I think it's been in 9 games, I think.
A losing position. So it's essential. And I say, I think we had a fortunate result, really. Obviously, we were playing Man City, but against with Luton getting beat to Sheffield United. But you look at the fixtures of Luton, they're quite some difficult fixtures, whereas we've got some reasonable ones. I think we play, obviously, Palace, we play West Ham, we play someone else in between, which is reasonably winnable. Oh, it's a Brighton away, which we play them at some point.
I think, like a shootout of the next 3 games, I think we've got the 3 and 1 to play out of the other teams around us.
The results went in our favour over the weekend as well.
They didn't seem to have done much recently.
Yeah, so...
I don't think, as you said, I don't actually think we're playing that badly. I thought they were pretty good against Tottenham. No. And I thought they were okay in what they needed to do against City. Like, City weren't threatening them massively until they scored. They were always going to score.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how it is.
But you can't, the City games are sort of one. You just take that, don't you?
Yeah.
You'd probably have taken a 2-0 defeat before and just keep the goal difference down and things like that. But yeah, it'd be interesting to say. You worry the more you build it as a must win that you put the pressure in. Yeah. So I think it's a must not lose really, but we need to start winning the games. Draws it at home against teams that are in and around you aren't any good for you.
No.
So, but yeah, I think you'd make us favourites and hopefully they can deliver, especially say if they're missing Elise, Palace, maybe Eze. I'm not too sure. It'd be interesting. I don't think his injury was as severe as Elise's.
Spends most of the time on the floor anyway. The cheese.
So yeah. Predictions?
I don't want to predict that.
4-0, so
oh my god. I'll go a 1-0. I think it'll be a close one.
Beto hat-trick.
If it's 1-0.
No, I mean 4-0. 4-0 Beto hat-trick.
Beto hat-trick, 4-0 Palace. I'm going.
I'll go 2-11.
I'll go 0-0.
So look forward to that one. Look traipsing to Goodison for a 0-0 draw on a Monday night. Right then, should we move it on to our game?
Yeah, so it's time to get the number. The parameters are the same as always, 50 and 450. Let's see what number we're working with today. And it's 142. 142.
Can we have current players for that then? Did we say was it less than 100?
Yeah, so less than 100 is current. Sorry, less than 100 is no current, yeah. Right, now before we move on, we need a song of the week. Now, I've got a contender, but I know Bob will probably trump me. With the recent Chorley FC news, I was going to put forward a Boys Own Westlife. I'm open to ideas, whatever you think.
Surely not.
Who's that by? Picture You.
I thought Picture You's got to be. Reminds me of prom.
Three of the members who sung on that, I promise, are currently present as well.
Pretty green eyes for
Neil. I'm also, you'll see, hopefully on Twitter, well, you'll hopefully already seen, but I am actually repping my Chorley FC top today. So yeah, I think it's only fitting. However, I think Bob's got another option.
Yeah, I was going to go for Father Time by Kendrick Lamar.
Do you like that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Before in my life.
So we could do Father Time, but no, let's go with Picture You. Picture You by Boyzone. One of the best songs ever, with one of the greatest bridges ever. So
that's a bold statement.
True. Also on the Mr. Bean soundtrack.
Ticks all the boxes.
Yeah, enjoy.
I'm rubbish at remembering how long people were at Everton for me.
We usually check for us.
You should have you. Cal comes last this week.
In fact, I come last most weeks anyway.
You don't second in the leaderboard.
I come last in a lot of them.
Yeah, when we were in person. First 3 weeks.
How much you got the first week's written on the back of the book? You can get best in third place, and until we start to record, first week non-recorded, 4 points. That's all I'm saying. First week on Zoom.
I've got 2 Palace, but I'm not confident with either of them. But I'm going back to mid-2000s Palace. My favourite time.
Oh, I've got an Everton one, but
I've got 5 Everton written down that I think could all be.
He just might be too many seasons.
And I think when we signed one of them,
he's probably playing at a time when.
I've got mine. I know
could
what
be
to
way off. Could be way off.
Oh, it started again.
You never used to say this could be way out when we were recording on Zoom, did you? Because he knew.
It's really spot on.
This could be 3 out. I'm worried with this one. Bob picks the same as me.
I know he's not picking the same as me. I know nobody would.
Well, I've picked Doogie Friedman though, so
He was in my head, to be fair. He's a bit of a legend, isn't he?
So
That's the team I'm thinking of, though.
you're not going Rick Alati, are you?
Who's he?
Remember he was in that team, like someone Rick Alati, like it's like a Finnish-looking name. Was he one of them?
No.
He is now.
I said who's he. Right, so time's up. We've had enough thinking time for some of us. Callum, conveniently, hasn't thought of one yet.
I've got
I seen
2.
him sneak on his phone as well.
Yeah, he needed the toilet halfway through, weirdly.
3 times.
So,
He's got the shit.
so would anyone like to go first? If not, I'm happy to jump in.
Well, no one's you've gone Palace, so you could go first or last, I suppose, couldn't you?
Yeah, I'm not bothered.
I'm a bothered either. I can do it. You
Go on, you go, Tosh.
Yeah, we all struggled a bit with this. The 2 aren't able to use the computers anymore, especially. Yeah, I had a few names. I don't know to read them out.
Yeah, read them out.
Read them out. My initial. The last 3 hours on was between Nigel Martin, who I think had at least 3 seasons in goal for Everton, He was definitely in goal when we finished 4th, and I'm pretty sure he was there the season after when we played. He would have been playing against Villarreal. So if I think 3 seasons...
I think he was 5-6, wasn't he? Did he got injured? Yeah.
Was he get injured midway through, so I wasn't going to go him anyway.
Yeah. Remember his last game?
And he came in, I think, 2003. So I think he'd have played 3-4 a fair amount the Champions League season and the season after. We also had Richard Wright at the time, so he might not have played in all the cups, though. So he was in me thinking of first. And then I was between 2, really, which I reckon some other people might have said, so I won't. Me 2 were anyway, Gareth Barry and Joleon Lescott.
I thought Lescott briefly.
And I think I'm going to opt with Joleon Lescott. I think he's probably too much. I think Barry might be too little. I reckon Lescott might be too much. I think Lescott we signed about 2006-ish, and he left about 2009-ish.
Yeah, to 2009.
But he also had European campaigns in that time every season, probably. So
what a player!
He was brilliant. Mm-hmm. I can't remember him being injured as well. Like Jagier had a couple of injuries, didn't he? But yeah, I'm gonna go Lescott. Anyone want to jump in next?
I'll jump in next, but I had a few names. I tried to go modern, but
don't say all the names though, because probably because.
Well, I'll say all the names that I know you won't have gone for.
Okay.
Have you seen his search history?
Yeah.
Don't want to check that.
So I'll go through the retro names I was thinking of. So thinking of 4 years. So a thought of Thomas Gravesen, who had that loan spell back, but he probably only played about 3 games and that. But I think he was probably first name on the team sheet for about 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, it was definitely at least.
Yeah.
I remember when I was going, he was already signed, and I think that was his 3rd year, the year he left, and he was playing before that, so I think it's probably a good shout.
But I'm not going to go for him. I'm going to go for James McFadden, because I think he probably spent a longer time at Everton, but he was often in and out of the team. And he had that famous depressing return as well when we were threadbare and we got James McFadden back on a free, which was very typical Everton signing. We did score a couple of belters, so I'm going for James McFadden.
Remember how great he was when he first signed? He looked unbelievable, McFadden, didn't he? So just sort of tailed off a bit, didn't he?
Goal against Charlton was ridiculous. Did he score that? Was that the week after he'd done that goal for?
I think it was around the time.
He's got an unbelievable goal for Scotland, didn't he?
He scored a few, didn't he? Had that one famous against Stade de France against France from about 4 million yards out. But
Great. Probably a good shout. You've got a Palace player, haven't you? I was thinking one Palace, and then I thought of a couple of Everton. The Everton ones I was thinking now were possibly European time. Like I was thinking, first thought Morales, but I thought he might have been just at the wrong, probably a bit at the wrong time, playing all the European games. Deulofeu was another one. I think probably maybe had a few seasons. And then my Palace one. Is yours? What position does yours play?
Midfielder.
I was centre-back. I was thinking that Anderson, but I'm not too sure how long he's been here. But I'll go for an Everton player, and I will go with a diamond who's resurged his career at the moment, and he's. And I'm calling Ross Barkley.
You always go colour players, you have noticed.
And he also goes for the names on my list.
So
I didn't go for Alan Stubbs.
You hid them behind Crisp. So I'm going Ross Barkley. I think he was there for a few seasons.
Do you not want Richarlison, Theo Walcott, or Cuban?
No, I'll go Barkley, thanks,
Right, now all the Everton talk's done. I have decided to go with a Crystal Palace player because I don't like going Everton because when I get it wrong, it's really embarrassing. So I don't mind if I'm way off on a Palace player, and I may well be with this player. Don't know how long this player was there, but I remember him being there late 2000s. I don't think he was there that long, maybe a handful of years. I might be wrong, he might be like a club legend. I honestly haven't got a clue.
Handful of years.
3.
Okay.
And the player I'm going with, I really hope this doesn't make me look stupid, but Darren Ambrose.
Good shot.
I remember he had a rocket, an absolute rocket, scored a worldie. But I don't. Well, yeah, fair enough. But yeah, I remember Darren Ambrose there a couple of years, might be around the same time. That's me, shout.
Who's a rocket against? Was it he scored away at United?
On Easter Sunday.
He scored one against United, but I don't know if that was later on. Did he start there, Ambrose?
I hope not. I think she's there for ages.
One club man, really.
By which our definition of was. Time for the results. Some good guesses. 2 single-figure guesses out here. So, 2 very good guesses. In 4th position, 37 out with 179 appearances was Ross Barkley.
Is that right?
That's a great guess, though, to be fair.
Great guess, yeah. You haven't been you've been less than single figures on Zoom, have you?
I'm sure that's happened.
So Callum's in 4th.
I won the other week on more than that, didn't I?
Oh, did you know? Callum in 4th.
Say it again.
4th. 3rd position with 18 out, so the other 3 guesses was really good. With 124 appearances was Darren Ambrose, which is a very good shout, to be fair. Like, we've gone Everton, we've got Ruan, Sean's come out with Darren Ambrose, and she get bonus points.
Yeah, fairly obscure.
Yeah, I think that's a great shout, to be fair. I wouldn't have got close to that with the Palace one. So that means me and Bob are left both in single figures. So the 2 original Titans, when we were on live recordings, are back to the best, some might say. And actually both within 5.
Oh.
One was 5 out, one was 1 out.
Oh.
With 147 appearances, James McFadden.
Oh.
With 143, Julian Lescott.
Wow, what a shout. Oh gosh.
All I'm saying is I was top before I went to Zoom.
You were. And also,
Still want the asterisks, or?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
When
Still on my space.
when we did the live toss, you were spot on, you remember?
I was, yeah.
And now you won off.
Yeah.
He thrives under the pressure.
Makes you think.
They also were both Everton as well, which probably helped. But yeah.
Yeah,
What was
that's true.
McFadden 5 out?
Yeah, it's an unbelievable guess, to be fair as well.
But the main thing to remember, everyone, is that Callum did come last.
And now he's straight back on his phone and saying, research it for next week.
Yeah.
See what fixtures are next week.
What I'm talking about is Callum's performances in the live recordings: 1 point, 2 points, 2 points, 1 point, 1 point. My mechanism.
You just performed well on those weeks. It's fine,
Makes you
isn't it?
think.
Cheers, yeah. Thanks, him. Mine 3, 5, 4, 3, 4.
What about mine?
Just all the ones. Looks like this one's been written in binary. Right, so wrapping up.
Can I just do the league table?
Can I take the time to apologise to Sean, the Australian lad, please?
I thought you meant to.
No, he always
Apologise
means.
to Sean as well for lack of promotion, but for anything I said out of ignorance.
Let's quickly then turn to our updated league table. So now after 26 games played, Bob is still at the top on a nice round 70 points. Tosh has snuck back into 2nd place after Callum was humble today on 64 points. Callum's in 3rd on 63. Sean is in last, but he's reached the huge milestone on 50 points. And the guests are still on 18.
Well, that was another great episode of Keeping Up Appearances. Thank you for listening. It was great to be able to do it live. We had a laugh there with some technical difficulties at the beginning and possibly some speaking difficulties, but we got through it in the end. A good Any Given Saturday where we managed to win. A fantastic Maroon 5, I think, with some playing fast and loose with the rules, but we got there in the end.
Rules are there to be broken.
It's right, Bob. There we go. And what way to break them than mentioning Seamus Coleman. And a great shout from Tosh in Keeping Up Appearances game at the end. And, special mention to Bob as well, who also, I guess that would have won on another week. But yeah, check out our X and please vote on the poll for Maroon 5. And we'll catch you next week.